How does one's mind work? How do we not understand for every action there is a consequence? Even when with no action there still can be a consequence. I'm a single mother of 2 kids. My daughter is 15 and my son is 10. I've been a single parent for the last 10 years, and in this time, I have watched my son stare out a window and wait for his father to come home more times than I can count, or want to admit. I listen to him cry and ask where his dad is and why he doesn't love him. I try and comfort him the best way I know how to. Being a parent is hard. This I know from experience. It not only takes your money, but also all your time and all your love. When we didn't work out, you said you would still be there for your son. You said nothing would change with your relationship with him. Instead, you are a revolving door, coming in and out of his life whenever you want, with no considerations of his feelings. He calls you and begs to see you, and you promise you will come, and then you don't. You don't call, you don't show up. He sits there and questions where you are at. It's been 8 months. He finally stopped asking for you. He finally stopped crying for you. Then you called, and the revolving door starts again. With all this time in between seeing your son, I hope you see and understand what it is doing to him. Do you even know who your son is? He is smart, funny, and has a heart of gold. He's the type of person when he sees you crying, he will go to you and hug you until you stop crying, while he is wiping your tears away. He is physically super strong, and he loves to show it off by doing push-ups. If you knew him, you would see his crazy dancing skills, like when he's dancing to his favorite movies, Big Hero 6 and The Croods. Yes, he is autistic. He does have some mental challenges, and I will admit, some days are rougher than others. There are some days his sensory overloads are a lot to handle, where he ends up hitting, biting, or kicking, or when he self-harms because he can't control his own meltdowns. He is one of a kind. His uniqueness is what makes him him. He is a bright light in a dark room. Why can't you see that light? In the last 10 years, I've never asked you for food, clothing, or help with bills. You don't buy him his backpack or take him to school. You're not there for him when he falls, to brush him off and tell him to just keep going. You're not there for the late nights, early mornings, or sick days. There are many things that are taken for granted in our lifetime: money, time, and love. For many years, I've been told over and over again to stop letting you see him, to cut you off from a relationship with your son, but I haven't. You are his father. I do not have any right to stop you from seeing him. I question myself every day that maybe your son would be better off without you. To cut you off completely, maybe he would be less sad, maybe you won't be as confused when you don't show up for scheduled dates, but I don't. Our son is 10 years old. He will soon realize who you are, and for that I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry that you'll never get to see his big, beautiful smile, his face light up when he's going down a slide, or when he gets home from school to tell you something, but he's laughing so hard that he can't get the words out. If I could ask for anything, it would be for my son to have a good father, someone who will just be as excited to see him as he is to see you, someone who doesn't let him down, someone who is not a revolving door.